Hi there, I'm Mark. Welcome to Core Connect. 25-minute workout focusing on working into the core more so than the abdominals. So as we go through this workout, we're going to work the upper, the lower, the front, the back, and the sides. So to get yourself started, you don't need to have any props at all, just your mat. So what we're going to do is start off here in a little tabletop position first. Setting ourselves up for plank. So we're going to take 40 seconds on each exercise and then about a 20-second recovery. So it's a little bit like a interval training formula. And so from here, you can stay on the knees if you like, set the hands shoulder width apart. And then from here, lift yourself up into high plank position. So what I want you to do is feel like you're pushing the floor away a little bit. So you get this activation into the shoulder stability. So talk about these stability platforms into the wrists and the shoulders. And then as you push away, you'll feel that activation into the upper back. You'll feel this drawing in of the belly button to the spine as you create this narrowing effect through the waist, and you stay active into the legs. All at the same time, focus on the breath so you're not holding the breath, just like you would with any other exercise. Just breathe naturally. You can take recovery at any time you need to throughout these exercises as well. Good. From here, slowly bring the knees down, and then bring your chest all the way down to the mat. And so from here, we'll start to work a little bit into the upper back. And so the focus, I call it Core Connect, because we're thinking about how we connect all the different body parts together. So from here, hands just underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest. Look forward, pause for a couple of breaths. And then exhale, release. And so as you lift, you're not using the hands to push you up. You're using the upper back strength to lift you up. You're drawing the belly button in, so the belly is lifting up off the mat. And you've also got this 10 to 15% engagement into the back of the body, so glutes and hamstrings are switching on. Good, one more. Okay, perfect. From here, tuck the toes under, shift back, and then spin the legs around. We're going to lie face up. So we alternate between some exercises lying face down, some face up, some on the side of the body. And so from here into hollow hold. So extend out through the feet, hands beside the body, tuck the chin in slightly, and then lift your feet, lift your shoulders, and think about having this banana shape into the body. So it doesn't matter how high you lift, you're focusing more on this engagement. So draw the belly in, keep the legs active, and feel like you want to reach down towards the heels. So palms facing up, extending into the arms. And so anytime you need to take a break, feel free to take a breather. Remember, it's all about focusing on switching on these stability platforms into the body. Good. 5 seconds. Perfect. Relax here. Draw the knees into the chest. So you got just enough time between each exercise to have a little breathe and then prepare for the next one. So from here into bridge. So bring the heels in nice and close. And then take the elbows down beside the body. Make a little fist. And then from here, inhale, lift. Pause for a couple of seconds like we did on Cobra. And then exhale, release. And so the reason that you need to have the forearms down, drawing the elbows in, is that you switch on through the back as you lift the hips up. Grounding down through the feet. Engaging into the glutes. Opening into the hip flexors as you lift. Because a lot of the time what can happen is we get so tight into the hip flexors that we then start to disengage into the core as well. Good, one more. Perfect. From here, relax, bring the knees into the chest, and then slowly roll up. Bring yourself back around into kneeling position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to move into this 4-point posture. So from here, extend out through one arm and then the opposite leg. Pause there for a moment, get nice and long through the body, and then come back to center, change sides. So extend out, square through the hips, active in the back leg, come back to set, and then just continue to alternate sides, just pausing for a couple of seconds, 3 seconds or so. Make sure hips stay square as you lift. Last one. Okay, good job. And so from here, we're going to make our way into a forearm plank. So what you want to do is bring the forearms down, and you can take the hands together. Try not to lock the hands in too tightly. Just gently place the palms together. Feet in, and then from here, let's lift, and then keep the weight into the forearms. So you want to lift up between the shoulder blades, and you'll feel this engaging into the upper back. Feel that narrowing into the ribs. So it feels a little bit different to the plank where you're up on the palms. Hold as long as you can. Rest anytime you need to. And notice how it feels across the right shoulder and the left shoulder. Sometimes you might notice that one side feels like it's working harder or stronger than the other side. And so it's really good to notice what happens in all of these different exercises. Okay, good job. From there, bring the knees down. Gently flip back over, lying face up. We're going to take full range sit-ups. So a couple of different options. You can extend out through the legs and keep the feet flexed, arms reaching overhead, or you can bend the knees up where you need to, completely up to you. So take a breath in, and then as you exhale, crunch all the way up, touch the toes, and then all the way back down. So you might find that you can reach all the way up with the legs straight, or you might bend those knees up as you lift, completely up to you. So working through this full range movement. Good, last one. Perfect. Pause here for a moment. And then from here, bring the feet up over the hips. Take the hands in underneath the glutes. Keep the forearms and the elbows down. Keep the head down to stabilize here. And then we take one heel down, and then we lift. So alternating sides. So keep that engagement into the core as you bring the heel down. Keep the legs nice and straight. Keep the chin tucked in slightly. Okay, good job. From here, bring the knees into the chest, and then gently flip back over again into plank position. This time, we're going to take a different variation where you've got your hands in close. So thumbs pretty much touching with the thumbs extended out. And then you can be on the knees or up onto the feet. Take the feet a little bit wider. So this one gets a little bit more advanced. We tap around to the lower back with the palm facing up. If you need to drop down to the knees, please do so. And so focus here is to keep the body nice and still as you take the hand around behind, grounding down into the shoulder joint. Perfect. Pause here, have a little stretch, send the hips back. And then lie all the way down onto the mat. Bring the hands in nice and close beside the body. Keep the feet flexed. And then we lift up through the heel. And then slowly drop back down. Inhale, lift. And then release. So working into glute isolation, lower back strength. You might notice that once you've done a few reps, you're able to get a little more height. Good, last one. Perfect. And then to finish off with, oblique crunches. So flip back over again, lying face up, feet together, elbows out nice and wide. And then we take the elbow over to the knee, switch over, other side. So you want to pivot off the opposite elbow, but lift all the way up. Move at your own pace. No set speed that you need to move to with any of these exercises. It's very much about finding your own pace, just moving at a speed that feels best for you. This one's got quite a bit of a burn to it. Last one. Good job. Relax there for a moment. Bring the feet in so the heels are roughly in line with the fingertips. Bring the hands back around, elbows out wide. This little quarter crunch. Lift and hold. And then release. Last exercise, lift. 3-second pause. Elbows out wide. And then relax. Draw the belly in as you lift. Feel that core engagement. Good, last one. Perfect. Bring the knees into the chest. Roll yourself back around into plank. And we're going to do all of those again, second round through, with a few little variations for the second round. So you can choose any of the options that you started with on the first set, or if you want to take things up a little bit, you can. So starting off in plank. On the hands, from here, hold position, and then lift one leg up. So you're going to hold for about 15 seconds on each side. And so as you lift the leg, doesn't need to be a big lift, but keep the leg engaged and make sure hips stay square. So you're not twisting to the side at all. Good, release, and then switch sides, reset in the middle. Keep pushing away through the arms so you don't collapse between the shoulder blades. The stability into the shoulder joint is most important. And you'll notice on this second round through, you feel a lot more bite into the core. Now that we're nice and warm, we've set up these foundations. Good. From here, slowly bring the chest all the way down to the mats. Pause here. So second round through. Little variation. So you can lift up like we had before, and then reach the arms forward as far as you can. Draw the elbows back, and then release down. So inhale, lift, hold, and then reach all the way out through the fingertips. And feel that work into the back of the shoulders. Because a lot of the time you get quite tight into the shoulder mobility, which affects our posture, which also affects the way that our core activates as well. So this workout's very much about getting you to think about the way the whole body works and engages together. Not about working the abdominals and just training for the six-pack. Good, release. Flip over, hollow hold, and then bridge. And I like to alternate between all these different exercises, so we're getting our body moving at the same time. Hands beside the body. When you're ready, lift, hollow hold. So option is to stay here, hands beside the body. Otherwise, to make that a little bit more challenging, just slowly start to open the arms out to the side. So as you open the arms away, you definitely feel that work into the core now. So you get that nice little bit of a shaking there. If it gets too much, bring the hands back in together. Make sure shoulders and heels are at the same height. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bring the knees into the chest. Relax there for a moment. And so now you want to bring the heels in close, so moving into bridge. So same thing we did before, elbows in beside the body. And then this time, lift up and hold, so you've got the hips just beside the hands. And then option is to continue what you did on round 1, otherwise hold here and extend out through one leg. Just make sure the hip doesn't drop. So you've got this glute activation, and this hip stability as well. And so hold here for 15 seconds on each side. Switch over. Other leg, extend. Notice if there's a difference from one side to the other as well. I definitely get a bit of a drop on this side. So be aware of what happens in the body. This is where we focus on this stability. Good job. Come on down. Release. Bring the knees in. Gently roll over. So back into the pointer position. Arms and legs extended. And so variation on this round is to reach forward as far as you can. Bring the elbow and the knee in together under the body. Extend out. Switch sides. So reach. You can pause there. Or bring the elbow and knee in together. Reach forward. Change sides. Just moving at your own pace. Engage the back. Engage the front. Focus on balance and stability. Okay, good job. All right. So from here, back down into the forearm plank. And so option is stay here, otherwise little variation into these dolphin push-ups. So you can lift the hips up a little bit. And then from there, inhale, shift forward. And then exhale, shift back. If this gets a bit too much, just stay with the forearm plank. Otherwise, what we're doing is working into functional shoulder strength and mobility. Still feel like you want to push through the forearms. Come back to this position where you've got this alignment from your elbows, shoulders, and hips. One of my favorite exercises, this one, for functional upper body strength. Okay, good job. Coming down, knees to the mat. Flipping over, full sit-ups. So extend out through the legs, flex the feet, extend overhead, reaching out through the arms. When you're ready, crunching up. So plenty of control, no need to rush. Good, last one. Nice. All right, stay here. Bring the feet up, hands underneath the glutes to stabilize. Keep the head down. And so you can take single leg, or if you want, you can take double leg. If double leg gets a bit too much, come back to the single leg. Don't bring the heels all the way down. Just take them out to position where they're just off the floor. Keep the legs active. There shouldn't be any pain in the lower back, so if there is any pinching in the lower back, just recheck your position or revert back to one leg alternating if that was fine for you. Completely up to you. Good job. Bring the knees into the chest. Gently rolling up. And so back into plank, this time with the hands close. Knees or feet wide. And so start here in this plank position. So what we're going to do is tap to the lower back and then tap to the opposite shoulder and then drop down. So behind, palm up, opposite shoulder. And so remember, minimal movement through the body. Switch on through the legs. So quadriceps active, lower back, front of the shoulder, reset and push down through the stabilizing hand. That'll switch on shoulder stability platform. Ten seconds. Drop down to the knees if you need to. Good job. All right, from here, have a little stretch, shift back into child's pose, and then all the way down on the mat, lying face down, working into this lower body. So option is to keep the hands beside the body or extend both arms out. And then we lift, opposite arm to leg, little pause, exhale and release. If that gets too much, bring the hands back in again and just focus on the lower body lifting. Keep the legs straight. Lift up as high as you can. Couple more. Good job. From here, shift back. Swing the legs back around, lying face up. Obliques to finish, quarter crunch to finish, and then we're done. So, extend out through the legs, hands in behind the head without pulling on the neck, elbows out wide. Alternating, pivot off the opposite elbow, lift all the way up and over. So you want to get your whole upper shoulder area off the mat. Good, last one. Perfect. All right, relax there for a moment. Bring the feet in flat. Hands beside the body. Or if you want, you bring the hands down beside. And then as you crunch, touch the ankles, pause for a moment, and then release. So lift, little pause. If you need to lift too high, just like a quarter crunch lift. You don't want to get that pause at the top. So lift, hold, touch the ankles, release. Good, 20 seconds. Almost there. 2 more. Good, last one. And relax. Nice work. Extend out through the legs. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Let the whole body relax. Release into the lower back. Take a couple of deep breaths. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release. Bring both knees into the chest. Take a few little movements side to side. You might like to do a little spinal twist each side to release the lower back if you feel that you need it. It's not essential, just whatever you feel you need. And then from here, gently rolling up. As always, thanks for joining. Any questions, feel free to reach out on Instagram, and I look forward to training with you next time. Bye.